Alright, welcome back to the Never Ending Garage for another exciting episode of me struggling to find a way to do something and not tear something else up. So, today we're going to do some work inside the car. It's pretty rough in here. It needs a lot of work. I spent the last couple of days with a bucket of soapy water and a towel just wiping every hard surface down, and believe it or not, I had probably about 5 or 6 buckets just full of black nasty water before I gave up and said, this is getting old. I need to find something more exciting to do. So I was looking around inside the car, and I noticed that the dash, from the top of the dash to the very far reach of the windshield there, typical F-body problem area, was just shattered into a bunch of pieces. So I had decided that I needed to fix that. Now I looked at those dash cap prices, and they're pretty expensive. So I kept asking myself whether or not I thought this car was worth a $400 or more dash cap, and not right now. I could not justify spending that kind of money. But what I could justify spending was a cover. I'm not talking about one of those soft, fuzzy carpeted covers you see people put on their car, but an actual plastic overlay to where it actually looks like it came that way. So I looked around, found the covers on eBay are like 180 to 260. I found one for 93 through 95 Firebird that was 180 or best offer. So I made an offer, they accepted, I saved a little bit of money, and now hopefully our dash will look a lot better. So I have spent the last day cleaning the dash the best I could without breaking it even more. Pretty brittle at this point. Let me show you what we got. Let me show you how bad it was to start out with, and then we'll show you what we're going to glue this stuff down with, and hopefully we won't have any problems in the process of doing it. So we have our cover, which is just sitting in here now. I was just doing some test fitting, and that's without being glued down. We have, I don't know if you can kind of see, the color difference isn't drastically bad, but the dash in here is so faded it's hard to see. But that's really close to the proper color. But if you want to see what it looked like underneath this thing, it's typical 4th gen F-body, just cracked and destroyed and broken. And so, like I said, I spent a lot of time wiping it down, getting it to where this stuff should stick to it. And what we're going to do is I'm going to pull it back out, take it out of the car, wipe it down, probably move towards siliconing it, and then coming back in here and fitting it back in the car. And then hopefully we can get it to where it'll actually stick and stay flat. I'm not really worried so much about the corners. What I'm worried about is areas where there's big chunks missing, like right here and right there. It's not going to really have anything to grasp onto. This is one of the first things I plan on doing, try to clean the inside of this car up. Like I said, I've got 2 newer doors that'll go on here that are white. I plan on pulling the seats and the carpet and the center console and cutting some holes in the floor and patching some holes. Of course, the headliner will have to come out too. I've got a new steering wheel on the way, because this is probably the worst steering wheel I have ever seen. It's not too bad on the bottom, just really dirty. Smoker's car. Smells like it in here even after cleaning. But it's just falling apart. Okay, here is the bottom of our overlay. Appears to be pretty clean. I don't have any oils or anything on it from any nasty hands. Seems to be pretty straight. What I would like to do is to go around the outside, leave multiple lines everywhere, but definitely try to leave a nice bead everywhere where it should contact something. Okay, we are going to use some of this Lexel tough elastic sealant for every job. This stuff is about the stickiest stuff I have ever dealt with. Supposed to stick to anything, even itself. So we'll see if that's the case or not. So let's read the directions to see how long this should set up. Hopefully this stuff works. I don't want to do this job twice. So I got my caulking gun, I got my Lexel, and so I'm going to start leaving a bead everywhere I can, and hopefully we can get this thing to stick the first time. Oh, come on. Can you tilt that over? Come on, get off the steering wheel. It's going to be too late. I hope you're going to press down that side. I need something with some weight. You got something with some weight? Huh? You got something with some weight? One thing I did not stop to think about, I guess I did stop thinking about it, but I did not prepare like I should have, was I was thinking before I actually got it in here that I should have been looking for how I was going to keep the thing weighted down until it all dried. I didn't think about it. Didn't pay any attention. Should have been something you look for first. This is what I guess one thing I should state is this is not a how-to. Don't take my advice for anything. I'm obviously an idiot and half-ass shit. I like to think I don't. I like to try really hard, but in the end, some of the things I do look pretty good. Some of the things I do are pretty shady looking, but once again, I got to keep reminding myself it's a $1,300 car. So anything I can do is an improvement on how I found it. So, in case you're wondering, we got it in here after some bit of back and forth with the wife. Then it became, oh crap, how are we going to weight this thing down? So let me show you. I grabbed a whole bunch of quarts of oil, kind of wedged them in here underneath the windshield, and I grabbed a couple of 10-pound weights that I had laying around. And kind of, I think this will keep it looking pinned down where it needs to be. None of it scratched any of it. It's just where some of these weights were dirty, so I'm going to have to wipe all this back off once I get it out. But let me show you what it looks like while we're waiting for it to dry. Now, don't judge me. So I've got quarts of oil wedged in, holding it down in the back. I got a couple of 10-pound weights holding it down in the front. couple little spots where it looks a little high, but then again, it's kind of like I said in the beginning, there's a couple of spots where there's just nothing for that glue to hold on to. So I was really worried about that. So I don't know. We'll see how it looks. It's got to look better than it did because, man, it had holes everywhere. Big pieces of broken plastic. And it was only going to get worse. And as it sits right now, this car's just not worth spending all that money for a new dash. Okay, so somewhere along the way, I didn't get a finished product. To show you what this looks like. As you can see, it looks a hell of a lot better than what it did, and the rest of the dash still has some cracks in it, like, you know, right there. But the piece that we put on the cover, there was a big old hole back here, and it looks a lot better. There's no hole there now. And if you really get up here and look at it, you can kind of see where it's glued on, but if you're just setting it here, you would never be able to really see it. The color's slightly different than what's in here, but it's not that bad. I think it looks pretty good overall. Definitely an improvement over what it was. It was awful. So for about, I don't know, I think it's about $150. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I can't remember. Hell, I can't remember what I had for dinner last night. So it's not that bad, really. It's an improvement. Looks good. Helps with the overall appearance of the car. Definitely couldn't have made it any worse. But we got some problems there. So what do you think? I think it's an improvement. So if you made it this far into the video, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe would be fantastic. That seems the hard part, to get people to make it to the end and want to subscribe. Till next time, see you.